Can't get up out of it. Is that green herb? Is that more green herb? Well, I'll be able to survive the apocalypse with just green herb. Is that toilet paper? An S-class item? Green herbs, toilet paper, baby wipes, and a gun. Wait, does that mean a boss fight? Boss fight or not, I'm ready. Why? Howdy everyone, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Cascadian Show. It's me, your host, The Cascadian, and this episode is coming straight out of Raccoon City. You know what that means, right? This is my impressions of the Resident Evil 3 Remake demo. Let's get into it. Now, if you guys watched my last video, you guys know I let you guys know that the Resident Evil 3 Raccoon City demo was coming out last Thursday. I spent the weekend with it and I had a lot of fun. And if you played the last Resident Evil 2 remake, then you know what to expect here. Gorgeous graphics, it looked amazing, the sound quality was awesome. Very awesome. Definitely play this one with headphones. It's going to add just so much immersion to your experience. And instead of Resident Evil 2, we always say goodbye to our tall gray Frankenstein with a nice top hat, Mr. X, and we are introduced to our no-lipped, tentacle-wielding nemesis. Now, like most people out there that I've heard from, I really don't remember playing Resident Evil 3. I remember playing Resident Evil 2 several times, many playthroughs, and Resident Evil 1, when that was released, I was a bit too young to take on a whole game like that. I just remember being in the mansion and nothing beyond that. But, as I said, Resident Evil 2, several playthroughs, and Resident Evil 3 was actually originally released on the Sony PlayStation, the original one, before it had numbers, and that was released in 1999. That would have been about the time I was realizing girls were a thing, which kind of explains why I may have drifted away from the old gamepad controller at the time. But this experience was a lot like playing the Resident Evil 2 remake, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was considered a masterpiece by myself and several other folks out there. I enjoyed it. We got rid of the locked camera positions of the old days and had a fully controllable over-the-shoulder view. This is similar to that in Resident Evil 3. Now, like I said, I don't remember much of this game, so when I started the demo, which was only about 15, maybe 20 minutes long, I didn't remember any of what I was doing. Very much unlike the Resident Evil 2 demo, which was a timed demo, so you only got a certain amount of time to experience it, but I pretty much had my bearings. I knew what I was supposed to be doing already just because of my nostalgia and my experience as a kid. Now, this one, I had no idea what I was getting into, and I barely remember Nemesis. I do remember him once he got on screen. I remember the terror, but it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. In the demo, you play as the original heroine from Resident Evil 1, Jill Valentine. You may know her from the first game, like I said, or those terrible movies they put out like 17 of. She's more like the one from Resident Evil 1 and not those terrible movies. Or the books, I guess. Overall, my experience was awesome. I expect this game to be a 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. I'm very curious to see how the story goes, as like I said, don't remember much of it other than Nemesis, the tentacle monster. And he did an awesome job, and they did an awesome job with him. Every time I interacted with him in the demo, I was terrified and panicked. He's definitely a far move from Mr. X as he jumps about, wrapping tentacles around you, pulling you onto the ground, transforming other zombies into tentacle zombies. It is a blast. So in short, what I'm saying is I can't wait to get my hands on this game. If you're still on the fence, it comes out April 3rd, and I will be playing through it then, as well as bringing you guys a review so you know whether or not it's good. As I said before, though, unless they really shit the bed, this is going to be an amazing game. I'm super psyched with all the new remakes they're coming out with. Resident Evil 2, I believe, last year. Final Fantasy VII as well next month. I never got to play that as a kid, and I'm super excited to be able to play it as an adult. Granted, it's going to be kind of a different combat style, obviously, but the graphics and just the overall immersion of the game, I can't wait to play through this story as an adult as well. I think that's all I have for you guys today, but until next time.